Hey, we're on?
Yes.
All right, cool. I actually can't see the screen because we're doing things a little bit different in the layout this time.
I'm so nervous.
My name is Ultra David. Welcome to what I guess is a level 3 focus, but what we're going to do today is just Killer Instinct. That's going to be the whole couple of hours today at least, and we're going to run through basics, intermediate level stuff, and then do a whole character walkthrough. As you can see, I have a couple of guests. Why don't you introduce yourself? And
I've never played this game. My name is Max.
Okay.
Where's Ultra Street Fighter?
Oh my goodness. I'm Godspeed, RDK Godspeed. My name is Dustin. What's going on?
And you guys have had quite a bit of access to the game. Been playing it a lot since it came out. A little bit before that too.
Yeah. I've never seen this game, but it looks good.
Yeah. So I haven't gotten a chance to play it since E3, so it's obviously been a really long time for me, and I'm sure it's a very different game. And since it's come out, I haven't had a chance. So what we're going to do, as I said, is just go through the basics, and we're going to just head over, I guess, to the Xbox One now.
Hi, Dustin.
Luckily,
Get some footage in.
Luckily, there's
shit
only
doesn't
6
recognize
characters.
me.
So it's not going to have like 17
Ever.
hours of...
Yeah, so James is here.
There we
He's
go.
just kind of on the side, by the way. So
Bring
you're
it
gonna hear his voice every now and then pop in.
We're doing Killer Instinct Classic today, right?
We should be doing Killer Instinct Classic.
Yeah, right.
It's actually a really good port. I was really
It's
surprised.
actually fantastic. That's the one thing that surprised me. And I can still do Saber Wolf combos.
The worst thing about
Really?
Killer Instinct Classic is that if you play it, you realize how old and kind of bad it is.
Those graphics, though?
It looks
Those
pretty good.
graphics still look pretty damn good. Like, let's be honest.
I just missed the Ultra 64 intro. So what should we do? Should we jump into like dojo mode and go over basics?
Yeah, I'd really like to do that. Just head into the training mode is called Dojo Mode.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
that sounds
the
good.
tutorial, which is dojo mode.
Yes.
And then
So-
the actual dojo.
Let's go into the actual dojo and just kind of move
I
around.
got a special thing, too, just for you.
Do you?
Yeah. I think it's...
Oh,
it's me.
it's all you right now. Okay.
Sorry.
We're running a hitbox on player 1 right now.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah. Shout outs to Team Hitbox. Thank you for supporting my team. And apparently we're not... Question, is this hooked up... Is the Xbox actually hooked up to the internet right now?
I have no idea. Is
No.
it?
That's going to be a problem, because this game won't actually run if you don't have an internet connection.
Oh, I can get it set up on one, actually.
We should probably do
Doesn't
that.
it?
Really?
It doesn't run. I've
you
tried it at
kidding
home.
me? Are you
serious?
I've tried it on my
How
friends.
are they running it at Super?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I don't know.
Those
That's
weren't
actually a good
online.
question. Yeah.
Those weren't
True.
online.
You can-
So if you try running it right now, what happens?
It'll go right back to this menu screen, unless for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just my Xbox One, but if I'm not hooked up to the internet, it won't play KI.
What?
Do you have wireless?
I have
No,
wireless. Yeah, I have
Okay.
wireless.
At home, I use a wired connection, but
Well, we're not playing.
It doesn't really
online.
matter,
well, obviously not.
We
but,
just need to tell it to let us play the damn game.
but this is gonna happen. It's gonna do this awesome thing, and mine checks for online updates, which is I think the reason.
I think you can turn.
Can you turn that off?
How do you turn that off?
Just
Oh,
connect
jeez.
to wireless.
Okay, hang on, Sky. Let me switch.
That's yeah.
Here, go to the settings.
Do whatever the
Let me-
speedy thing is.
Here. Let me
Yeah,
choose.
I'll let Max do that.
Okay, so go to the settings.
Welcome to next gen.
Network.
It's so fun.
Network, right? Yeah, now they're just staring at you guys.
I know, yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
Man,
We're just sitting
so
here now. It's
changed.
Jay's.
Yeah.
Okay, Applebee's.
Yeah, let me input the password. I tried to read it out loud last time, and everyone got mad at me for trying to. So.
Yeah,
So-
it's your secret password. It's so important.
jchensor is the best.
Dude, I said
There's no
don't
T in
read
that.
out loud what I'm typing in
typical
right
S's,
now.
man.
What I
SS.
love is that JC Hensor's password is exactly what I do with my internet password.
Oh, really?
Same exact thing.
Actually, mine is definitely a variation on that.
The funniest thing about it is that actually doesn't work for anything anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
it's all
It's
good.
look at this.
It's all good.
Oh, I'm
Live
yeah,
stream
put
this
it
right
on.
now.
Look,
Truly
look at
next
this.
gen.
It's all good.
It's all good, bro.
Instead of getting bars, it just tells you that it's good.
It's all good. There's a big green thing that says it's all good. Welcome to next
all right,
gen.
maybe we'll be able to do this now.
Let's see if it brings you up as player 1.
I probably will.
So I can turn the lights off and on this thing. I can actually make them. The harder you
Illuminate
press
when you
them,
press.
they can come
You
on.
wanna show
harder.
that? You wanna show your
I
like
guess
fancy
so.
stick here?
This fancy stick ready for
I
Christmas.
feel like I need to turn off all the lights in the room.
Yeah,
just
to make it
it
really
glow.
special.
Swanky.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I want one that squirts blood when you hit guys.
Like Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah,
like
right.
Johnny Depp.
Right in your eye.
It's not bad. It's not bad, dude. Please work.
Come on.
Come on, next gen.
3, 2, 1.
Yes! We are in there.
We're in there. We're one with the internet.
Alright. Please don't look at my rank. I de-ranked 4 times. Learning Glacius is not easy.
Learning Glacius.
So, how do you want to? What characters you guys?
Yeah,
wanna
just pick whatever you feel like are the kind of the basic characters to bringing everybody in.
You can control and I could like pilot. Like I can just talk through it if you want.
Yeah, I'll just put you on a.
I'll be a dogman.
You can be the. Yeah, that's fine.
You got that color?
Hell yeah, I got.
How
that.
did you get that
So
color?
I played a lot of Saberwolf.
I have like 90 ranked wins, and I still haven't
actually
gotten
think
that.
I have more ranked wins I checked than you do.
Oh, you looked that up?
Yeah. Well, no, because you have the option. You have that option. I can show you.
You gotta be kidding me.
All right. So.
All right, anyway,
let's
so-
go ahead and give you some
make
control
him human?
here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, check out all those options.
Oh, you didn't buy any of the themes yet. I see.
did.
I see what it's. You got TJ Combo's
Hell
theme.
yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Can you just show what the options are? Actually,
of
go back
course.
to that.
Yeah, there's a pretty big amount.
So you have obviously like the standard auto block, obviously more traditional KI combo breakers. You can have it break on lights, on mediums, heavies.
Oh, wow.
That way you can practice kind of getting in your combo breakers. If you want like to put a setup in there, you can have a setup for yourself.
Okay.
You can have it tech throws, quick stand, counter hits. So these are all options that are.
I think quick stand in this game is also like anything. Like any direction or any button makes you quick stand.
So that's mostly just the dummies options, and then if you go into the practice, you obviously have the standard, your health max. If you want more bar, instinct meter.
The special stuff is all 3 of the ones below. Turn all of those on for a sec.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Data as well.
Yeah. There you go.
And then
data.
if you go when we go out and you see it, there's just like too much information that you could ever
Yeah,
want.
it's actually obscene.
All the frame data isn't in here right
That's
now.
really cool.
But actually, I don't know if we put me to human. But it's some moves have frame data and some don't, and they said it's a bug, and they're going to be patching it really soon.
Okay. Well, it's really cool to actually see the hitbox. It's just
My stick is
not working.
Maybe not. We'll figure it out. But yeah.
Just press some buttons. I want to see what this looks like. So red is attacking.
Red is hurt boxes, yeah.
Oh,
Or-
red is hurt boxes or.
I think those are
Hitboxes.
hit boxes. The hurt boxes are the yellow ones.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And green.
The cool thing about this too is it actually shows you if you connect a manual as well. So instead of saying like medium auto, it'll say if I can do it, which I can't because I'm terrible. But
I think
There it is.
greens are I forget what it's
Hey,
called. It's
yo,
like
move
throw sticks.
backwards and press the button.
Let me get this guy.
Like, just press the button there. Okay, so that's the proximity guard.
Yeah, exactly. That's guard
that big,
trigger.
That big thing jumping out there. All right, so I mean, before we get into all the combos and stuff, I want to talk about the basics of moving around in the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's what options are there just to move?
Hang on a second, guys. Everyone says they're lagging right now.
I want to know why
That lag.
can't move. Oh, is it set on the other controller? The other controller is actually on. Try moving with that controller.
Oh, if you turn the other controller, you have to turn the other controller off, and
There
then
we go.
unplug this one and plug it back in, and that usually works.
Wait,
Let's do that
everyone
for
says
you.
it's better now? I didn't do
Turn
anything.
the controller on.
It's just weird. Okay, well I'm glad that the lag cleared up.
James, when you get a chance, unplug the
stick.
fat stick and plug it back
okay.
in.
Which one is it?
It's that one with the.
This guy.
This one.
That one.
Top, okay.
Welcome to the next gen.
Nope,
Nope.
not for you.
There it goes. It takes a while. Hey!
Okay.
all right.
So yeah, as an example with movement, Jago is pretty much de facto.
Turn off
I,
this hitbox.
I call him. Jago is really similar to Ken in Third Strike, like as far as how you'll play him. So his dash is really good. His shorts are amazing. But he's as much as a Street Fighter character as you're going to see, because Saberwolf does like things like this.
Right.
He can
is.
dash through, and he's got the fastest dash in the whole game, and can go from like full screen. He can run and do all this stuff. So as far as mobility, everyone's different. Glacius has no dash, has no forward dash or back dash at all,
Okay.
which makes him one of the hardest characters to use in the
He's
game.
the only
as a
character
result.
in the game that doesn't have a mobility option with
Okay,
dash.
got it. What about air options?
Mostly the same. You have jump-ins, and jump-ins can be used as openers,
Yeah, sure.
which then go straight into your auto doubles or manuals.
But basically, like every character has a jump to some degree, except Sadira, who actually has a double jump.
Double.
The Spider Woman
Yeah.
has a double jump, and she can do a lot of different things out of air, because that's her whole thing is air combos.
Okay, cool.
But in general, like everyone else is pretty uniform to kind of like Street Fighter-y kind of stuff until you actually do combos and things like that, and that's where the whole game turns into something different.
Right. Yeah.
And KI does kind of have like a Street Fighter 4-esque neutral game where you are kind of fighting for that space in the footsie range. But like Max said, as soon as you touch, the combo system, the game is just completely different than anything you've ever played.
Sure. Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. As far as the buttons, is it Street Fighter type style? Jab, strong,
Exactly.
fierce,
Yes.
short,
Exactly.
short forward roundhouse?
I think they call them light, mediums, and heavy, so light punch, medium
But
punch.
it's exactly the same thing.
Okay,
Jab, strong,
you got
fierce.
six buttons.
Which was stolen from Street Fighter back in '94 when they came out with KI back in the day. So it just follows suit to the old game.
And then what about other button combinations? Is there a throw combination, etc.?
Throw is third strike style, SF4 style.
So jab and short.
Yes.
Exactly. The throw break window is I think 3 frames, maybe like 1 or 2 frames bigger than SF4. So if you see somebody throw you, like just randomly throw me, well, it's actually pretty fast. Never mind. It's pretty fast, so you have to kind of know that they're gonna throw you in order to get something done. So it's kind of SF4 throw games.
Okay. Well, what about other button combinations?
Command normals are the same. Like back and heavy punch does something special.
For instance, that's Jago's overhead.
Back heavy. Yeah.
Back heavy. So.
Other than that, I think that's about it for like button combinations specifically.
There's not like mediums don't do anything.
Nothing.
Fierce roundhouse doesn't do anything.
Nothing. Well, fierce.
Combo breakers and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
In the combo system, they do stuff, but fierce and roundhouse does instinct, which gives your character specific traits only for that character,
Right.
and they do special stuff.
Right.
One thing, certain characters, for instance, Saberwolf is one of them. If you actually do the command normal, which is back in his heavy punch, and you charge it, it becomes an unblockable attack. So him, as well as Orchid off of her Rekkas, and I think that's it, right?
Yeah,
Those unblockables.
his unblockable takes a long time to charge though.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't look
if
very
I knock you down, for example, here's the setup, uppercut, you know, and then as soon as they land, you and the opener off of that is a lot of damage, and you can almost get 50% off of that.
That makes sense.
But I don't think there's any other basic things, and then after that, it's all combos.
Yeah. Which is the whole game, which is
It's literally the
fantastic,
whole game.
and it's
Okay,
fantastic.
I guess let's start talking about that then.
Very basically, Killer Instinct runs off of the most awkward combo system, but at the same time, it's kind of similar to think about than other fighting games, but similar to the old KI. Special attack, button, special attack, button, special. So literally, Saberwolf has this thing, back forward heavy punch, does a claw. I press a button after that, I get an automatic 2 hits. Any button will do automatically 2 hits.
Okay.
And there's variations. The lights are lights, the mediums are mediums, the heavies are heavies, and they damage according to, how I just said.
Okay.
But then I do another special attack after that. Oh, and I did the heavy one, which ended it. Heavy. And once again, it comes out. So I can just do button, another button, special attack, and it keeps going. So what preserves all this and why it isn't broken where the combo can just go on forever is that you can do this. You see the meter filling up on the right? Everything you do adds something to the bar, and that's called the knockdown value. It's essentially
that yellow bar going up.
a visible hit stun.
Okay.
A visible, hit stun decay that
Hit stun
lets
decay,
you
okay.
know exactly what's going on. Instead, that doesn't build up and decay over time. At the top or at 100, decay it and it knocks you out. So if I keep going, and they
turns red,
eventually
okay.
fly out of the combo.
Now, in the original KI, it was just like opener, auto double, linker, auto double.
Crazy
ender,
limited.
They,
right?
they call it basically the golden path, and that
Right.
is in Killer Instinct. You have your opener, you go to your auto double, then your linker, then your auto double, and then you go to your ender. And that's basically, I mean, the combo system to its core, the most simple it gets, and that goes from lights to heavies to doubles, whatever you're doing with whatever strength.
Yeah.
I noticed in this game that you can just do linkers, auto doubles to your heart's content until the KV. moves.
Exactly. It has to follow the path, which is like after a linker. Some characters have different things, like Orkin can do multiple linkers, but for the most part, and with every character, it follows opener, which is also a linker technically. It's any special move, into an auto, which is a button, into the same exact thing over and over. And when you want your combo to be over, just do any special attack with the heavy version. The fierce punch or fierce kick version will end the combo. So for example, then I'm gonna do the heavy version right now. And it ends the combo, giving you a cash out of damage. That's where the damage comes
Yeah,
from.
so I was gonna ask, as you're doing this combo, just do a combo. I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
There's that white life that's up there, and I see it's increasing even in proportion to the damage.
That's the damage you could do, and it refills back up. The white life is what I think they officially call it potential damage. And to cash out the potential damage, you have to do an ender, which is any special move with a fierce punch or fierce kick. Any one of your specials. So that cashes out the damage. Now, those are known as enders. In the previous KI, enders just look cool. One looks neat, the other looks
Yeah.
neat. In this game, Jago's the best example because he's like the balanced character, so he has everything. There's 4 different types of enders. A launcher that puts you into the air, a damage one that just does a ton of damage, one that gives you meter, and one that does a wall bounce. So, like for example, the wind kick, which is that one he's doing right now.
Okay.
Do it close to a corner really quick, Dustin, and you'll see, puts him into the corner, and it gives you a situation where you can try to go for a reset or something like that. Do the fireball ender. That one actually gives you meter, but doesn't do that much damage. But if you do a really long one, half a bar. I mean, it's half a full bar, so 1 full stock, and then do the launcher.
Oh, oops,
That's the damage one.
The damage one.
Then the launcher allows you to set up for potential extra damage if you have meter. But in general, like, launchers are kind of weird because I feel like you kind of want to do the damage ender in that situation anyway.
So let's go back to openers.
Yeah.
You said special moves are the openers, but if you just get like a jump-in roundhouse.
That counts as an opener as well. There's specific situations that can count as an opener.
Okay.
But for across the board, like almost any special move, unless it's like a Shoryuken that knocks you up in the air, is an opener. It allows you to open a combo.
If you do like crouching medium kick into special move, is the special the opener?
The special is the opener, yeah.
Not the crouching medium.
The crouching medium is just like a hit, so it doesn't count that as anything. So if you did like, I can like mash combo breaker. I can't break anything if you just do low forward like wind kick. Try that really quick. See, I can't even break that because it's not even a real combo yet. It's just the opening part.
And that's due to the fact that because certain command normals can be used as openers. For instance, Glacius's icicle.
This thing.
Yeah. But for the most part, any normal canceled into a special is not considered an opener until you use the special move.
And the game actually tells you exactly what is going on with the displays on screen. So once you turn still an opener, this is a low medium attack into opener, and then I'll turn it into an auto double,
opener.
heavy auto. What I can actually turn it into, let me see something really quick. I'll try to do another opener. That counts it as a linker. So you can kind of go from your opener to directly to a linker or a double or a whatever, and just think of those as buttons or special attacks.
So you're like putting together a math problem every time you start a combo.
A very basic math problem, yeah. There's like
you're like writing an equation.
Exactly, and it's however you want to put the things. You have to relate your combo equation to the bar on the side, and that's essentially where it all breaks down. You can never have like technically infinites, although I wouldn't be surprised if somebody does find something ridiculous because it is a fighting game.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of that thing, is to like stop that shit from happening.
So here's a question. So you can go from opener straight to linker.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Special move with a special move.
Which is
Can
this
you
right
do-
here.
Can you do opener, linker?
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Once it starts on like a double or a linker, it has to follow to the next thing, which is something different than what it was before. So it's like,
so if you try to do that, what's going to happen is I'm going to get a medium auto because it's canceling into the next step of the combo.
Yeah.
Also, real quick on the whole knockdown value meter, depending on which strength you use as well, it's going to build the KV meter much faster. So if I use just lights, it's going to build that KV almost to the point where after 2 auto doubles, you're going to be ready to end the combo. Whereas opposed to if I use heavies, it's going to build it much slower, which means you get more damage, but you also have the potential to be broken as well.
like Saberwolf. Well, watch how fast this combo goes if I just use lights.
And it's done.
Okay.
That's
It's
it.
done, and it did like nothing. Let me
Seven.
actually end it. So that really fast combo only did 18%.
Right.
But it was all lights and nothing else. And I can do a similar combo with heavies.
And if you notice heavies, I mean, he's still building.
Right.
And Saberwolf also, on the special note of like special combo variations, Saberwolf has a unique talent in this game, which is called his rabbit doubles. So he's the only character in the game
49%
that
with heavy.
ignores the golden path rule, where he can literally hit the same auto double over and over and over again and still combo with it. So
And every character has like a specific combo trait, so I'll show off. So I can just keep pressing
Just pressing fierce.
heavy to my heart's content, and then end it really fast, and that just did 40% damage.
40%.
But that's only for him.
That's only for
him.
Saberwolf.
And Jago also has something unique to him. It's called Around the World. So depending on which auto double you use, whatever you use, you can actually go to the weaker version without using a linker at all. So I'll go heavy into medium into light, and I didn't use a single linker that whole combo.
And the idea behind this is that not every character has to follow that golden rule that
Yeah.
has to be auto to linker to auto. That exists, and you can do that. And that's pretty much how everyone plays the game. However, if you play this game with bread and butter combos, screwed. because people know exactly what you're going to do every time, and you always have to change what you're doing, and that's what that allows you to do.
Okay. Now, can you do like just an opener, linker, ender? Do you have to have anything in between?
You do. So I'll just give you an example of it. So there's an opener, linker, and that's an ender. However, break the ender. When there's no meat, when there's no like extra linkers or doubles, the ender is actually breakable. In any other situation where you actually add like a double or something that's breakable to a combo, you can't break the ender. So because Godspeed just broke my ender, I didn't have any meat. Nothing was broken in that situation or breakable because it was just an opener to an ender. That's the only situation where an ender is breakable.
And it's with heavies, by the way. In order to break a opener to an ender immediately, it's always going to be with heavies regardless of the ender.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we can't talk about anything else without talking about breaking at this
Yeah,
point.
breaking.
So,
That kind of evolves right into it.
yeah, let's talk about breakers.
And that in that situation, yeah, there's no guaranteed damage.
In other words, unless you just drop it, right? You can
Yes.
do opener and then like into. Actually, no, that's
You
it.
could go into resets. I mean, that's so right here. I'll stop the combo and then I'll just go right into another light, or I can stop and then go into an overhead, which starts another combo.
And we'll have to talk about that potential damage because as much as seeing that, to get that potential damage, I can do an ender to cash it out. Sometimes you don't want to cash it out. Sometimes you want to preserve it and make it bigger. And the whole idea is that, every combo is technically breakable, whether or not it has a very small window to break. Everything has a breaking opportunity unless you're kind of like juggled in the air like you just said.
Because it's kind of funny, because, I mean, we were talking about this before we started the show. I was like, I'm just going to do a bunch of short combos so that there's no chance of breaking.
Yeah.
And then Mac's like, nope, they figured that out. You
Yeah.
can break the ender, and the ender's always going to be heavy, so it's
Yes.
always going to be easy.
Right.
So if you notice, like, that combo was way too short and you have a huge window to break, like, you do a combo like do a opener to ender combo.
Oh, okay.
Like, you have a ton of time. It's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, that combo was really short.
You have a year
I'll try it later.
That's so much. Yeah, that's so much time.
Yeah, so it's no thank you. You know, you kind of have like all the time in the world as long as it lasts to do something about it. I'll try to do it
All
right
right.
before.
So how do you break combos?
So quite simply, everything in the game has 3 different values, like a light, medium, or heavy version. Between linkers, between the buttons you press for the doubles, everything has to be a light, medium, or heavy version, and that's how you break. The 2 lights are a breaker for lights, the 2 mediums are a breaker for mediums, and the heavies follow
Oh, so
accordingly.
you press, for example, short jab to break out of a light.
Exactly.
Exactly. A light auto double.
That's exactly it. So if you did do a bunch of heavy doubles against me. Okay, be cute about it, why don't you? Be cute about it. And it breaks it. Says I can obviously, he's doing a heavy, so I know to break that one. If you did, for example, do a heavy linker.
Okay.
Linkers follow the same type of value. They're multi-hit. So like a 1-hit linker is a light, a 2-hit linker is a medium, and a 3-hit linker, for the most part, is a heavy.
Yeah.
Now, this part was confusing to me. Obviously, if you do the linker with the heavy button, it turns into a finisher.
Exactly.
So how do you do a heavy linker?
That's where I was confused, and this was an issue with KI originally, is that there were only 2 versions of linkers, lights and mediums, back in the day when there was like the Evo build and stuff like that. Problem is, that's a 50-50 guess. And that's kind of like, well crap, if I get to attack and they just can guess between lights and mediums, that sucks. What they did is they constrained the buttons within the lights and mediums. To do a heavy linker, you just hold down either the light or medium version. If you hold the button down for like a little period of time, it gives you the heavy version. So if I did, for example, the wind kick is the best one because it does like 1, 2, or 3. So do the light one. There's the light one. I have the opener first. Or do the wind kick. Yeah, there's the medium one because it did twice. But if he holds the wind kick down, like hold the light one or the medium one down, it'll give you the heavy. So that's quite literally it. In order to get a heavy, hold the button down.
So I'm wondering, like, what the window is that? Can you break it with the light one, like at the first 2 frames of it or something?
Linkers you can't see technically.
Yeah.
Like that's the issue with linkers is that since they hit 1, 2, or 3 times, they happen so fast that you can't really react. Like it's like that 3rd hit, you can't really see it and go, oh, you just kind of have to hope that they did it.
Okay.
Well,
The doubles
would
are-
I just mean, like, what if you hold the light button and the 2 frames that it starts, you break the light?
It's always going to be a heavy.
It'll always be heavy.
So if you guessed right on the first hit of my linker and you guess heavies and I did a heavy, the very first possible frame is gonna see I got locked out, but the very first possible frame I could break it because I knew I knew Max was gonna do a heavy.
Okay. So basically, you hold the button until the first hit connects,
and then it becomes the
automatically
heavy
knows it's
Yes.
the heavy.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you have to hold it down for a little bit of time. It's like half a second, and if you hold it up for half a second, it registers a heavy at that point. So, it's very obvious. Like I meant to do a heavy in this situation if you're holding a button down. So what did we cover? We covered the fact that everything has 3 different properties between linkers and between doubles. They all have to be light, mediums, or heavies. With linkers, you kind of got to make a guess. But with doubles, you can clearly fucking see, like, this thing
that's obvious.
is obviously, he's like, "Rrrr," and he's doing this crazy thing. But if I did a light version, or if Jago does a light, for example, like, that's so fast that I can't really see what it is. You kind of have to guess on lights.
You have more time to break a fierce than you do a jab.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So throw in some random doubles. Let me see if I can break them. That's a medium. I saw it in the first hit. That's a light, and I could not react fast enough. I thought it was a medium, so it was too much. That's a heavy, and I could react and break it immediately.
You just have to recognize what the moves look like.
Exactly.
You have to understand.
Also
It
the
looks like,
speed.
okay.
You'll kind of be able to identify every character in the game, like what they're doing by how fast it's moving. And if you, here's a big telltale, and this is a huge secret that I haven't made a video about or told anybody yet. When you do this stuff to characters,
Secrets on UltraChenTV.
I know.
top secrets. When you do like a heavy double to me, look how Saberwolf acts. He goes this huge reeling head back thing. I'll do a
Yeah.
medium one. Does something,
Okay.
his head stays in the middle.
Okay.
Do a light one now. And it does something different. The way characters physically react change depending on lights, mediums, or heavies.
So you can almost not care what the opponent is doing, and you just pay attention to
Kind
your
of
own
Exactly.
character.
Yes, you can.
Like, that's a way around like learning the matchups of every character's what everything looks like. Just look at your own character and
Okay,
get
that
used to
makes
that.
sense.
That's
I
so
haven't even
good.
I haven't done that yet. I am still not that good to identify. I kind of know what everyone's
see that,
stuff
though.
looks like, but that's what like Rich, for example, does that, and he doesn't even look at the characters
Scumbag,
anymore.
Rich, if you're watching, I hate
Scumbag.
playing Rich is the worst. Let me
Scumbag.
tell you. So I guess we should go at this point into
Lockouts. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So when you get locked out in a combo, there's 2 different types of lockout. There's actually 3, but the way you get locked out is obviously if you guess wrong or you guess late. If you guess late, what's going to happen is you're going to get the little button that's yellow, and that's a 3-second lockout. When you guess completely wrong, so I'm going to do heavies, just go with short.
Okay.
Wow.
But you're ending, sir.
That's a 4-second lockout, and that's going to
That's still 3.
Is it?
That's 3.
Oh, counters are 4.
Counters
I
are 4.
apologize.
Yeah. So
that's the third.
either one of these, whether or not you hit something at the wrong time, or you guessed or chose the wrong strength of attack, 3 seconds that they get to do unobliterated,
Yeah,
whatever the hell.
Which is mostly should be heavies at that point because
So
remember,
But
you're-
locked out means that you
can't
can
combo.
no
you
longer
can no
break.
longer break.
You
Your
can no longer
options
break
to
for that
break are
period of
done.
time.
You're now watching the cinematic that is.
So
KI.
one of the things I guess we should mention though is like when you first play, you can react to the heavy, so you do the lights so that they can't react to it.
Yeah.
But then you saw how it built up all the KB,
KB.
meter, and they're all
Exactly.
lights, so they
Yeah.
don't do any damage.
The whole thing with this game is that risk reward.
Right.
Is
Makes
that
sense.
I'm going to risk heavies and think that you're not going to lock out thinking I'm going to do lights and stuff like that. That's where kind of the bigger mind game is. And a lot of people, and I keep reading this, and it's very obvious you haven't played Killer Instinct if you say it's a 1/3 guessing game.
It's really not.
Because it's
God,
not.
it's
Like
not.
well, you will learn after about like a day to react to mediums and especially react to heavies. Like you will see what those things look like after a very short period of playing. After like a day or two. And then lights, no one can really guess, but no one can really react to, but you have to understand and read your opponent. Because we all know, if you get the combo breaker, that was a great read. But if you miss it, that was a horrible guess.
And you get punished hard.
Yeah, and you get punished really hard because people are learning how to take advantage of the most damage that they can get off of a 3-second lockout. And
So-
that's where combos come in, like
I mean,
really
the
specific
whole
ones.
thing is like paper, scissors, rocks is random. But if you weight all the
Right.
options, it's not random
Not at all.
anymore.
No.
So if you think you can't react to my lights, I'm gonna do lights all day. Then you become easy to guess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So then you gotta switch
Right.
to the other ones.
And that becomes a thing where there's not really bread and butter combos. If I'm gonna bait my opponent to thinking I'm just gonna do short combos now. I'm gonna do light opener double ender really fast just to get little 12%, but it's gonna frustrate him. It's gonna frustrate him to the point where I only have like 1 or 2 break opportunities, so I'm just gonna guess. Now that I got him guessing, I'm gonna take advantage of the lockout period and do longer combos.
Okay.
So what you kind of have to do when you start playing people that are good is changing how you play and do combos all the time, because you can't be predictable. If you get red in this game, dead. Just totally freaking dead, and it's very obvious that this guy needs to stop guessing all the time.
Do you do different combos based on when the lockout starts? Like, say the lockout starts on like the first auto double, as opposed to like an auto double after a linker. Like,
Yeah.
Does that matter? Does the timing matter?
Absolutely, because it depends on the KV. It depends on how much you've built
Okay.
up. If you're at 90 KV and then they get locked out, you can't. Oh crap! I can't do much. But what's important is what we haven't talked about yet: shadow moves, which are supers, EXs, whatever the heck you want to call them. So if I do a combo, here's some KV, but if I put in a shadow move, it does nothing. It adds no KV whatsoever. And those allow you just to extend combos, and I think every single shadow move, if you put a shadow, they're called shadow linkers if they're,
Oh, they're
in
linkers.
combos. Yeah, they
Ah.
act as linkers. If they're in combos, it means, I think it adds an extra 10%. 10% extra onto your combo no matter like where you're at.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can actually try this as an example. Let me just do a really quick one as Godspeed shows off everything the game has to offer. Let me just do like a regular combo with all these heavy doubles. And if I end it right here, it should do about maybe close to 50? 39%,
Let's use lights.
because I use light at the
Right,
start. So I'm going to add a couple of shadow linkers. Here's another one. Now I'm going to end the combo, and this thing went up to 57%.
But that was 2 bars.
That
was
was
both bars,
all
yes.
my resources, pretty much,
Now,
besides instinct.
you're right. Are there different versions of the shadow linkers? Like, is there a jab version? Is there a strong version? Is there a fierce?
No, they always are one specific thing, and they all hit 5 times.
And are they breakable?
Yes.
They are breakable.
So here's where the game gets really tricky.
Yeah, this is where things actually get interesting.
This is where like a lot of the mind games of how KI is evolving is going now. So as your Jago, just do your shadow laser sword one, because I think
in a combo. Or
in a
just-
combo, the ones that's breakable. The guy says 1, 2, 3. If it's 5 hits and they all have a rhythm, they all have a very specific rhythm that they go. If you hit any, I use the mediums. I don't know
I
if
use
anything
mediums
works.
too. I think anything works so.
Let's just say we'll just say mediums. You have to hit both the mediums at every time it hits you, and the guy will say 1, hit it twice, it says 2, hit it 3 times, it says 3, and if you hit 3 of the 5, broken. Here's the thing though. Try it again. I can split it up. I can do 1 at the beginning, 2 on the 3rd hit, and then 3 on the 5th hit. Because in this situation,
Yeah.
try it again.
You only need to count.
You can hit any of them.
Right.
I'm getting misses. I don't know the timing, so I'll try it again. Damn, it's tough.
Yeah, it really is. That's not gonna work.
Oh, it's an opener.
Yeah,
that's why.
Sorry.
So what it means is that I can.
As an opener, it's not breakable.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. So it's like kind of free opening damage.
So you just need to basically quote combo break 3 of the 5.
Any
hits.
3 of the
Every-
hits.
exactly.
And if the big issue is that a lot of people think that these are like free damage. Well, if I
They're not.
break it, it's not. But he can counter break it.
You can.
He can
Oh,
do
okay,
this
you
thing
can-
called
okay.
the counter breaker. Yeah. And he
Right.
he thought I was gonna try to break it, and it'll catch my inputs and deliver a counter breaker.
Now, will it only counter break the 3rd one, or will it counter
Any
break
of
Do
them.
any of them.
Any
Any
of them.
attempt to break that shadow move will break the count.
So Here's-
even in the 1 and the 2, you can counter break those.
It'll
I'll do it
preserve
on the-
your input and go into the counter breaker. So check this out. Let's do a masher.
Okay,
The,
yeah.
the mashing ones are where it gets really crazy. So as Saberwolf, he has a mashing one, which essentially means if you just do this, it'll go 1 to 3.
Yeah.
And it'll break with mash timing. So this one, and he missed it. He didn't even go fast enough. Let's just mash it. 1, 2, 3. But you have to put those inputs in so fast, it stores your inputs. But now, if I... and I could stop it in its tracks because he has to mash buttons. That's where a big mind game is, where it's like, well, that's so easy to combo break, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he knows that that's easy to combo break.
Okay, that's fine.
And this is going into the next part, which is the counter breaker, which is essentially the funnest thing in the whole game, which will make you feel like a genius whenever you land one.
Counter breaker in this game is probably one of the most rewarding experiences, like in fighting games.
Your first counter breaker,
footsies with someone really
It's just
good.
basically like it's a third strike parry, kind of in a way, right? Because you just
It's risky
knew
as
they
hell,
were
yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
do
it
a
is. It
combo
really is
breaker.
risky.
And
So-
then you predict them, and you basically say to them, "Yeah, I predicted you." I
Exactly.
knew you
Here-
would do
and
that."
the story behind every counter breaker is that you can fail 9 counter breakers in a row, and on the 10th one, I knew it. Knew it. Absolutely knew it.
What's the benefit for getting a counter breaker?
So if I'll counter break the Shadow
heavies?
Masher. The KV resets back to 0.
And no matter what point of the combo, when you counter break, you reset your KV.
Back to 0, and the lockout period is 4 seconds.
Okay, so you get to make not only a much longer combo, but I guess a more damaging one.
Even more damaging.
Does the KV have to do or affect, I guess, damage proration?
KV really doesn't have anything to do with specifically to damage because it's just a combination of whatever stuff you press and it has a value. Like light stuff adds a lot more, and then the heavier stuff adds less. So when it resets, it keeps all that damage. Like you'll see, like
You look so confused right now.
No.
the best way to show it is like
I'm
to
contemplating.
not really look at the KV. Look at the amount of the extra what's it called, the white life.
A good way to
Yeah.
think about it is, remember how we said you could do linker, auto double, linker, auto double, linker,
Yeah.
auto double until it runs out.
Yeah.
But if you do that and then counter break and it
Right.
resets to 0.
Back like you did
just
nothing.
Keep doing more
Right.
and
Same
more
thing.
and more.
Right.
And generally within that counter breaker period, what's it going to be full of? All heavy linkers, all heavy doubles because they do the most damage.
It's gonna hurt.
So I'll show you. I'll do this one again. So the white life is still there, but now it's getting absolutely crazy. Break this one. Oh, and I can do another counter breaker.
Yeah.
Okay, you can keep it up. All
So
right.
I've got this specific setup where I have a counter breaker, and then I continue my combo, and I put something at the end of the 4-second lockout period that looks very breakable. That is like, I'm going to break the crap out of that. Guess what? I do counter breaker again. And you get 2 counter breaker combos. KV goes back to 0, and your white life at the time, your potential damage is huge.
Right, I bet. Yeah.
You land your ender, and it's just 75%. Like, see you later. Like, and if you dropped the combo, their life would have gone back up to 80. Like, you wouldn't have barely have had much damage. You still get a lot of, like, base damage, but they call it a cash out. You can cash out, like,
Right.
this ridiculous chunk of crap. So, let's do a double counter breaker really quick.
Alright.
So, let's just
Keep doing it.
woof and... I'll do it again, hold on.
Just finish. Oh my goodness.
And that combo just did 65%. Though with Saberwolf as an example, I'll just give away one of my trade secrets with Saberwolf. Saberwolf, in my opinion, takes advantage of the game mechanics the most of any character because of this. Let's set that up again. I'm sorry.
You did a manual. That's impressive.
I've never played this video game before. Get up. Get up. Okay, let's do it
Reset
again.
it to show the white life.
Pop Instinct. Oh, I think I just bugged it, yeah. There's the curtain glitch right now.
Oh, really?
By the way,
By the way, I did it too fast. You
We'll
have to
edit
kinda,
that out once we get to YouTube.
that's on the bug list in the double helix forums right now. You can do it
Yeah.
too fast and it freaks out. So I'll show you my Saberwolf setup. Oh, I lost my instinct. Damn it! That's the rebuild. It's rebuilding
that's
back up.
okay.
Son of a bitch. So what Saberwolf does is off a counter breaker situation, he can pop his instinct and get a total ass load of damage. And he just goes absolutely blitzkrieg crazy, and just off of this, it turned into 63%.
Right.
You put 2 shadows in there, it's 80.
it's he's one of those characters where if you attempt to break a heavy, because his rabbit doubles are very obvious, and your opponent who's playing Silverwolf knows that, and he has instinct available, that's literally the stupidest thing you can do to yourself.
If
Because he will drain a life bar.
If I see Saberwolf has instinct and we're in like the final round, I don't combo break.
No.
I just like
It's not worth it.
nope.
It's just
Let's
not
just leave that alone. And but that's what I do. I wait till the second round to keep all my resources. And if I see their health is like even like right there, I'm gonna do the counter breaker setup, and I'm just gonna rip their entire life bar away in one moment.
So about white life, if you do drop a combo, if you don't get the ender, there's still more white life. How can you then remove that white life? Does it take another ender?
starting another combo. And then ending it as soon as possible, or even extending it.
Starting the other combo doesn't drain that white portion. It just
You'll watch it starts refilling pretty quick.
Right.
And it eventually it's within a couple of seconds it's
but
back all
once
the
you
way.
once you start hitting them, it'll
It starts draining it. It starts going.
It'll start building that white life again.
Exactly.
So
So if you do like 4
We'll do it. Yeah, just let me see what it looks like.
Here's a couple of lights. Then we'll reset my combo. It's still going. Here's a couple of lights, and I reset my combo, and now I'm gonna cash out.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
all that
So it,
potential damage
it
is
does
now.
take an ender anyway to get rid of the white life.
Now there is a way to get it if you're in that situation and you have an assload of white life and you want to get it back really fast. I think combo breakers kill it like completely, restores all your health back to like what it is normally. So break. I'm gonna build a whole bunch of white life on you. Don't break these just yet. Combo break this. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's still there. It's still there. Combo break this. And you'll watch all of his life. Besides the health regen.
yeah,
sure.
But when you saw it win back immediately, it
Right.
kind of does this glass shattering effect as well, and it means it all comes back.
You just
So,
get all whatever the white life is. It all goes away and turns into regular life.
yeah.
Exactly.
So break this and watch it. It
Yeah.
shatters and it comes back and it gives you that health, which was not even damaged yet,
Yeah.
but it just removes the potential
life.
of losing it.
Yeah, now, so here's the part that actually confused me until I just talked to Max beforehand with the counter breakers.
Yeah.
Is that I thought when you, for example, did an opener, auto double, linker, instead of doing the auto double, you would do a counter breaker. So you basically have 4 options, which is
Yes.
light, medium, heavy, or counter breaker.
Yes.
But that's actually not really the case. You can just do a counter breaker at any point in your combo.
Anything.
So once you start the heavy one, you can see the heavy and then counter break in the middle of that.
To think of what I like to describe the counter breaker as is it's a stance that will eat combo breakers. And at any point in your combo, besides like the ender part, actually I think you could even do it to the ender. Let's see what this happens. No, you can't. The ender you're locked. But at any point when I'm doing other stuff, I can stick it out, and it will grab stuff. So what was the other thing I wanted to mention?
So basically, I mean, sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
basically that means you can do a heavy, which is super slow, obvious,
Right.
and reactable, and then counter break
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
middle
That makes
of
sense.
that. Yeah.
But then you would say, well, why isn't everybody counter breakering? Like that seems to be the new thing of the game. Well, I'm gonna fail a counter break right here.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to fail a counter break right here. Punishable.
Oh, okay.
You are free to take an assload of a combo damage. You're not locked out or anything. You can still break out of it. So I'm gonna fail counter break again.
But it's not my turn.
Right.
But I can still come back
Yeah.
and it
Right.
resets the situation essentially.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's complete risk reward. Like I could risk that I'm going to turn my 30% damage combo into 60 off of this one beautiful moment, and if I lose it, I just lost my 30%
just-
damage combo as well.
And I just got 60%
Yeah.
for attempting
Right.
to counter break.
Yeah, and there's a lot of crazy situations that happen at the end of a match where it's like, if he has such low health, he's going to try to counter break this. I know he is, but he doesn't. It's like, oh my god, no, my damage, where did it go? Oh, and then you lose it all.